can I make a movie entirely by myself? And I'm not talking about setting up a camera on a tripod and yapping. That's not a movie, that's a YouTube video. I'm talking about a movie. Lighting cues, multiple sets built from scratch, vehicles, props, costumes, extensive visual effects, crazy angles, and camera movement. All without a single person around except for me. And yes, I'm starring in it, and there are going to be multiple characters. So buckle up, this is going to be a wild ride, which will stretch my abilities and my sanity to the absolute limit. There's no time to waste. Let's start by building some props. I need a table. We are building a monster. All right, let me show you the idea real quick. Along a deserted road, a man encounters a strange monster who transports him to a liminal void where they proceed to have an argument about whether he should get into a relationship again or uphold the contract that he had previously signed mandating that he stay single. This script is so much fun. This is me. If we were to be standing beside each other, be something kind of like this. A very sort of a classic ghost shape, big white glowing eyes. These bad boys. Oh, that's spooky. Yeah, something like that, eh? Today we're doing paper mache. Paper mache is essentially ripping off bits of paper, getting them all gluey and soppy with some sort of a mixture, and then letting them dry over top of whatever form you've laid them over. How do we get the shape? We have balloons. Because this head shape is very similar to that of a balloon. So if I blow up a balloon to the right size, paper mache that, let it dry, then pop the balloon, then hopefully the paper mache will preserve the shape of the balloon. No, wood glue all over my carpet. And from there, I can build the shoulders and get this whole piece as one large object. Okay, let's get going. I just realized if this thing pops, it's gonna spray wet glue everywhere. Okay, we're not thinking about this. This is like calming. It feels like caressing the scalp of an oiled up bald man. And I have to remember to be careful. This is a balloon. It could pop at any time. Just kidding. Oh, it's him again. Y'all. God damn it. This is a nightmare. Good, good. This is a mess. Okay. Clean and wonderful. Croissant break. Okay. Good. This is the plan. This is perfect. I think I can paper mache it now. The shape is done. This is fantastic. Whoa. I can't hold it from there. Next, I need to make a gun. I'm gonna make a silhouette out of foam. Next prop is the contract. That's great. It's day 2. We're back at it. I am now going to touch it. Oh, okay, let's see. It's hard. It's so hard. Ah, yeah! Oh my god. The gun also dried properly? It's the afterbirth. Okay, let's get rid of this. This is already terrifying. Oh, I'm completely disoriented. Oh, bless you. Thank you. I think I can get away with using magnets that go through the cloth. This just screams good craftsmanship. But it clicks. I love magnets. Now that I have my monster and his firearm, it's time to film the opening where I meet him for the first time. Day 1 of production has officially begun. It is approximately 6 a.m. We're getting on the road. Like, I actually went to bed on time. I'm not like fighting for my life right now. If you want to do weird crap out on the sticks, you have to find a spot where a farmer isn't gonna call the police on you. This spot, I worked really hard to find. Oh, it's windy. Okay, that's not necessarily missed. Okay, let me tell you, it was windy. I almost gave up because the thing kept blowing over. Oh my god, it was a nightmare. But I didn't. I persevered. The monster ended up looking fantastic. The wind was like a paid actor, the way that it fluttered the fabric. All it took was one quick coat of visual effects to make him look less like a sheet of fabric and more like a hole in reality. Then later, I filmed his eyes separately, holding things in front of them so that he got different expressions and had emotions. He came alive. Oh, it was good. It was just how I envisioned it in my mind. That's always a good sign. Beforehand, I had spent some time figuring out how to realistically make a gun recoil and also realistically fall on the ground dead due to a gunshot. Oh. That doesn't... Yeah, the monster gets a little bit angry. If I were really committed to the bit, I'd look up dark web videos of people getting shot. I'm not that committed to the bit. Once again, a little bit of visual effects, which consisted of painting barely a frame and a half with a light splash and a muzzle flash. The effect was sold. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna... It was so much fun. This is maybe my favorite part of the whole movie, actually. It was now time to turn my garage into an infinite void. Let's get crack-a-lackin', which could be filled up with all kinds of different sets and setups over the next few days. The air quality has been reduced significantly because I don't want to open the garage door because it's freezing outside. It all starts with hanging a whole bunch of black cloth. This background might look a little bit sloppy and gross, but under the right lighting conditions and with the camera set to the correct exposure, along with a little bit of post-production magic, I can make myself stand in the void I've always wanted to be standing in. Props! I raided my house for tables and chairs and carpets and knickknacks, and before you knew it, the cold, desolate garage was now a warm, inviting dining room. So it's time to start shooting, right? No. We're missing something. My camera is still on a tripod, and that is lame. You see, I've got this gimbal attached to a stick, attached to an arm and vest that I use when I make people music videos. Technology. If I just use the gimbal on a stick part, I now have a portable and programmable remote head that goes anywhere I want, and I mean anywhere. Good morning! The stick needs to get up here and stay here. I have a plan. Oh, come on. Where is my drill? If I can do this, the camera can do this. Okay, which one of you motherfuckers is my ratchet strap last? This is fine. This is great. I could even program it to do the same movement over and over again, so I could do shots where I'm duplicated in the frame that still move. Because usually it has to be static or the mask won't work. I've essentially accomplished a shot which is usually done on one of those $1 million terrifying robots using a gimbal from Best Buy. But automatic movement and being able to remotely adjust the frame is just the beginning. We need to move on to step 2. By sending the camera feed through this little black box, I was able to track my face using AI, y'all. So it follows me anywhere I go. When it works, hello? Come on. Which isn't, but it's, come on, that was good. An absolute pain in the ass. This time it worked flawlessly. This shot doesn't even matter. No time to stop and celebrate. It's time for lighting. I don't like soft lighting. I don't want my movie to look like an ad for an HR company. I wanted this one to look like a stage play. One light went up above the curtains, flagged off using a dustpan. Look at that. Listen, you gotta work with what you've got. It acted as a god light, illuminating the face of the main character while backlighting the monster sitting opposite. At this point, you see, the monster has taken off his cloak, revealing himself to be the alter ego of the protagonist. He's right behind me, isn't he? Good morning! It's a wonderful morning. Today is gonna suck because I have to clean all this crap up because the dining room scene is over. This video has been so much work so far, and I'm only halfway done. And it very well could easily not turn out well and be a failure. But you know what? Here's the thing. I have had enough failures in my life that I can just do something being unsure if it's gonna turn out well or not, because whenever I start to doubt myself, I'm like, yeah, this could easily be another failure, but what's another one? I did it before, I'll do it again. I've been wasting my time on failures for like 8 years, so like, what's another couple of months? Last night was crazy. Somehow I ended up with a stove in the back of my van. I'm gonna have to pull in that stove, which has been sitting in the back of my van for like a week. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do this. This stove has traveled more than you did this week. I have brought this stove back and forth to university, to coffee shops, to dates. The stove has seen the world. Because where am I supposed to put it? I need all the space. I don't have a place. What are you looking at? I only ended up using this very heavy stove for literally 2 shots. Was it worth it? Of course it was. It was sick. But you know what isn't heavy and difficult to use? The subscribe button. I have committed to making a new video twice a month, so if you're enjoying this one, it would be an honor to become a part of your content watching routine. Thank you. Next scene. A lecture for a tuned out student of 1 in which the monster describes in no uncertain terms exactly how much a relationship sucks and how important it is to not waste your time on one. Now, with the meat of the film complete, it's time to move on to the little crappy bits of filming that just don't fit into the main schedule. Unless you look at this hot garbage through the eyes of post-production, you would think that I have no idea what I'm doing. And I didn't really know what I was doing, but confidence is a highly effective drug. Check this out. Sitting on a mess of fabric with lights doing random things is now a starscape. Throwing bricks around and writhing on the floor illustrates an existential nightmare. Dancing around like a fool in a morph suit? No! Ghostly figure. Trying not to fall off a speaker stand? Drifting downwards into infinite sadness. Throwing an omelet on the ground. Well, that is still just throwing an omelet on the ground, but it looks amazing in slow motion. Fabric, food, drinks. Filming is complete. I'm done. Woo! So this means that it's time to go through literally 2 terabytes of footage consisting of tens of takes of me saying the exact same thing over and over again until I get it right, and then somehow finding a way to string it all together is what I would have said if it weren't for a secret I've been keeping from you. Little did you know that after every day of shooting, I treated myself to a day of editing, where I strung together the clips from that day. My brilliance is beyond measure. I am God's gift to myself. So this means that post-production just consisted of the fun stuff, the little detail things, the creative moments. The music was fun. I got to extend a track which I'd made like a year ago, and also composed a brand new one. We're done! It's over! 4 months of writing and 4 weeks of production later, I put it online and I get 500 views. Okay, this is the part where I humbly ask you to press the like button, otherwise YouTube will continue to think that I am garbage. Okay, thank you. You can watch the video here. Goodbye.